Freddy Davis here, President of MarketFaith Ministries, coming to you again from the library. MarketFaith Ministries provides radical disciple training to help believers become more knowledgeable of and confident in their Christian faith. We are a lay seminary in a can. Today's question deals once again with the Christian worldview. Specifically, what is the scope of the Christian worldview? Now, seemingly most Christians get the tenets of their faith in bits and pieces. But if we want to truly understand the Christian faith, we need the big picture in order to make sense of it. The big picture can be described in 5 parts. Part 1 is creation. Before God ever created the material universe, He had a purpose in mind, and that purpose was to have physical and personal fellowship with a creature that He created. So He created a perfect paradise that was the earth, and man dwelled there, and God also interacted personally and physically with mankind. The second part of the scope has to do with the fall. At some point, man messed up what God started. God's purpose was for there to be perfect fellowship and that there was to be no sin, but when man disobeyed God and did the one thing that God said not to do, then sin entered the world. Well, the third thing then, the third part of the scope of the Christian worldview has to do with life after the fall. What happened after that? Well, sin became the ruling principle of the material universe. It first of all ruled in the life of humanity, making human beings have a tendency towards rebellion against God. But also, sin had an effect on the physical world itself, and the paradise that God originally created got messed up by this sin as it rules in the world. The fourth part of the scope of the Christian worldview has to do with redemption. God was not satisfied to allow this to stand, this sin situation, so He provided a way to overcome the sin problem. This was ultimately accomplished by the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Particularly in humanity, when a person invites Christ into their life, God is able to forgive the sin and restore the relationship. The fifth and final part of the scope of the Christian worldview has to do with eternity. Ultimately, this world as it exists now with the sin principle in control will be eliminated. The world will end as it is now, and a new heaven and new earth will be instituted. And basically all this is, God will recreate the original paradise that He started to fulfill His original purpose. And with that done, mankind will once again inhabit this paradisical earth, and God will dwell personally with mankind. If you'd like more information about worldview in general or the Christian worldview in particular, you're invited to go to the MarketFaith Ministries website at www.marketfaith.org.